Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. Welcome to my channel. If you've just found this channel by mistake, don't go anywhere. Maybe you'll enjoy this. But if you came here on purpose, this is what you get. You know this is what you're gonna get. Thanks for coming by. My channel, Traveling with Bruce, it's all about traveling, and I love talking about cruise ships all the time. I love talking about going on holidays. I like to help you folks out there with how you can find a really good deal for a holiday, like a cruise, or what's a repositioning cruise, what to pack, what not to pack, what to do, don't do, things to watch out for. And I have playlists on my channel that covers trips that I've had on cruise ships, trips to Germany, trips to Italy, USA. I have a playlist called I Know You Like a Good Story. And there's a bunch of stories in there that you may not believe, but they're true. About 115 videos so far. If you get the chance to check them out, maybe you'll enjoy them. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. If you really like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. I need all the subscribers I can get. I also do live streams. I like to do live streams Monday to Friday and on Saturdays, but Monday to Friday, 5 in the afternoon Eastern time. Saturdays, 2 o'clock Eastern. And you're welcome to join in and watch, listen, and participate. It's usually a wide open Q&A. We talk about everything to do with cruise ships and traveling, and it's a lot of fun. But today, I'm going to talk to you today about comparing what the costs that you'll run into on a cruise, like a 5-star cruise, and the kind of costs, different kind of costs you'll run into if you go to a resort. And I'm going to say a 5-star resort, because I want to compare kind of quality to quality here, rather than giving you a comparison to a cruise ship vacation and staying at a Motel 6 or Motel 8, which isn't a fair fight. One will be cheaper than the other. But I'll give you a comparison of a 5-star cruise, what kind of deal, what kind of expenses you're going to run into, versus a 5-star resort. Let's say stay in Miami, or South Miami Beach, or any beachside resort, that type of thing. Okay, so here we go. Number one thing with a cruise, you run into the first expense is the fare, obviously. The cruise fare. Well, with regard to a hotel, it's the room rate, right? So it's just the cost for a room or the cost for a cruise. That's your base price. Either way, you can't avoid it. Now, on cruises, if we're talking about a 1-week holiday, let's say, in Miami, you get a hotel room for 6 nights, 7 days, right? And you got your room rate, and of course you're going to have your taxes and fees. Resort fees perhaps might be additionally charged. What else do they have? The taxes and whatnot, you can't avoid that. For a cruise, you got your fare for your room, depending on the class of room you have, the inside room, ocean view room, balcony room, or a suite, whatever budget you have. And you got to compare the two, all right? That's the first fare, can't avoid either one. And, sometimes you can shop for a deal, sometimes you can't. Second charge you're going to run into on a cruise is something known as port charges and taxes. Well, that's the taxes and fees that the room has. But on a cruise ship, you will run into port charges. So if the ship is, say, a Caribbean cruise for 7 nights, it's got 3 or 4 stops over those 6, 7 days. Each port that the cruise ship goes to, there's a fee charged to the ship to park the ship at a pier. And there's usually a fee per passenger added by the host country, and that's a way for them to pay for their harbor master and their expenses, and make something out of the deal. I'm going to guesstimate 10 to 20% of the cost of a cruise is usually the fee involved with port fees, taxes, and that type of thing. Not too outrageous. The third charge. Excuse me, the third charge is tipping. Now, on cruise ships, there is a suggested tip rate that you pay per person per day on a cruise. It varies from nowadays about $12 a person per day, upwards of about $18 a person per day. The higher charge is usually in a nicer room, especially if you're in a suite. Now, this covers, as far as the cruise ship is concerned, this covers your room steward, who takes care of everything inside that room, including daily making the bed, obviously, and taking the garbage out, bringing you a bucket of ice, and looking after anything else you need. Then there's the assistant to the room person, the people all around the hallways that are cleaning it up all the time. Then there's the captain in the restaurant or restaurants that you're frequenting, your waiters. They're all covered in this daily charge. The bartenders that you're utilizing out of certain rooms, certain restaurants. And then downstairs, all the staff, the support staff to keep that cruise ship running, like all the laundry people. You'll never meet them. The dishwashers, the sous chefs, the cooks, all these folks. It's all included in your $12 to $18 a day charge. And it also includes your daily room fee. You know, like in a hotel, I'll go back to hotel now. If you're in Miami and you have a 6-night stay, you're going to leave so many dollars for the person that cleans your room every day. Okay, the housekeeper. I'm trying to remember the name. The housekeeper. Now that you should be leaving a daily tip for a housekeeper. Some people only leave a tip at the end of the deal, and it's only a couple bucks a day, which in a 5-star resort is an insult. With a 5-star resort, if you're paying $300 a night for a nice room on the 20th floor overlooking the beach or the pool, there should be a $10 a day, $15 a day tip for the housekeeper. You can look that up on Google for suggested amounts. I'm not saying one amount is correct, one amount is not correct, but there's an expected gratuity you should leave if the person's doing a good job. And 5-star resorts, they probably are. But when it comes to other tipping, you're on your own with the resort. If you're having a meal, you're going to be charged. You're going to add a tip to your charge for breakfast, lunch, and dinners. Every time you get a waiter giving you a drink by the pool or by the Cabana, you'll be paying a gratuity or adding it to your room charge, whatever. For the valet, for parking your car, there's a charge for that. These tips add up, and I bet you it'll be more than $12 a day that you'll be paying at a 5-star resort in tips. Just a thought. Now, the next thing I'll mention is I'll go to food actually right now. No, I'm going to go to drinks. Let me go to drinks first. On a cruise ship, alcohol, cola is extra. Specialty coffees like a Starbucks style coffee, a latte, an Americano, any of those kind of drinks, they're extra. Those you buy those separately, and those all come with an additional tip built in, usually 15 to 18% gratuity, automatically added to the bill. You just charge it to your room. You can, of course, with a cruise, you can bring along some cola with you in your luggage. I like to usually bring two or three dozen caffeine-free Diet Cokes because that's my preferred drink of choice. And then I don't have to buy the first 3 dozen pop sodas on board. My wife likes to bring a couple bottles of wine. So 1 bottle in my suitcase, 1 in hers. She has some of my cola. I have, of course, some of my cola. And that saves her from buying maybe the first 10 or 12 glasses of wine. And this is generally consumed in the room, and we love having a balcony suite, so she'll have a glass of wine on the balcony while she's reading a book and enjoying the lovely sea view that we get when we're on the cruise. In the room in a resort, of course, you can grab your car, head to the nearest Costco, and pick up booze and pick up pop, and there's no limit as to what you can have in your hotel room. And you can consume alcohol all they want, all you wish. However, if you're going to go down to poolside, there may or may not be restrictions as to what you can bring there with regard to drinks. Now, if you're, staying in a high-end 5-star resort, chances are you're probably not going to be nickel and diming pops and sodas and that type of thing. You're probably just buying it as you want it from the hotel. But again, it's extra and it's not part of your package. But you can if you want to. Next one is, I'm going to mention now, specialty restaurants. On board a cruise ship, there are specialty restaurants that will offer you, like they'll have a steakhouse, they'll have the seafood house, they'll have like the sushi bar, they'll have the Japanese style restaurants where the chefs are preparing your meal, surrounding 10 people, that type of thing, with multiple tables. The Italian restaurant, Johnny Rockets are on some of these cruise ships. Guy Fieri, he's now on Carnival Cruise Lines with various restaurants. There's all kinds of those specialties. Those are extra. On your cruise ship, you get for free. You can go to the buffet all you want. You can go to the main dining room all you want. There might even be a couple snack bars. Usually by the pool, there's a burger stand making the hot dogs and brats and that type of thing. And then over here on the other side of the pool might be a pizzeria, cranking out pizzas all the time, and you can grab a slice anytime you want. It's included in your fare. Eat all you want. Ice cream is half the cruises ice cream's free, half the cruises it's not. Some of the cruises they have like the soft serve ice cream, which is the ice milk in a cone or in a cup. That's free, but if you want the gelato, the really premium stuff, that you pay extra for over at the Coffee Bistro. So specialty restaurants are extra, but as opposed to a resort in Miami, if you go to the say the Italian restaurant on a cruise ship, that might run you $15, $20 for the meal as a per person surcharge. Whereas if you go to an Italian restaurant near a 5-star resort in Miami, you're talking $50, $80 each additionally with your drinks. That's going to be a hefty night out. If you're going to go to the premium steakhouse in the 5-star resort, you're talking $50 to $100 a person easily. But on a cruise ship, a premium steakhouse now is running $40 to $60 a person. So it's less, but not a lot less, but just so you know. But that's a thing between the two, okay? Especially restaurants. Now, internet. Hotels will usually give you basic internet in the lobby for no charge, but in your room you might have a daily fee. But I'll tell you right now, the cost for internet in a 5-star hotel will be cheaper than the cost for internet on a cruise ship. It makes sense because the cruise ship has to do everything through satellite at sea, much more expensive, and the cruise line kind of got you, and so you got to pay the price if you are on a 1-week cruise and you need to be on the internet. Now, if you need to be on the internet for 2 hours a day, what are you on a cruise for? You're supposed to shut the phone off, turn the tablet off, get away from everybody, and don't be bothered. But on a cruise, of course, when you land at a port and you get off the ship, let's say even in let's say Cozumel. Well, right off the pier at Cozumel is a number of bars and coffee shops, including Starbucks. They offer you free internet there. So when you're on a cruise, you only go on the internet when the internet's free when you're on shore. And then when you're back on the ship, turn off your phone, put it back in your room safe, and forget about it. On shore, your boss can bother you at any time if he knows or she knows you've got internet. So don't tell the boss that you've got internet. Don't let anyone know you're available. But chances are you might still get emails from family and friends. Whatever, it works. Photography services. There really are no photography services at 5-star resorts. You're going to do selfies. You're going to take your own photos. On a ship, of course, there's photography services for taking pictures of you at the dinner table or taking pictures of you all dolled up for formal night going into the dining room, that kind of thing. And of course, if you've got a wedding on board, an onboard cruise ship wedding, big popular thing nowadays, you can utilize the services of the shipboard photographer with all the equipment. They got the lighting, they got all the cameras, they know all the angles, they know the tricks. No red eye on those photos, so that'd be kind of nice. Shore excursions. Well, of course, with a cruise ship, it comes into port. You can buy a shore excursion, an escorted tour of an area of museums, or go out for a round of golf or whatever, or you can just get out of the ship and walk around, a couple blocks around the ship, take a cab, head into, say you're in Mazatlan, Mexico, grab a cab, head into downtown Mazatlan, walk around there for a few hours and enjoy the ambiance and the atmosphere of the place, take a cab back to the ship, you'll be done with it. Of course, you're in Miami at a 5-star resort, you are on shore. And you're going to stay on shore, and you can enjoy Miami for all it's worth, of course. No extra charge there, Miami is included. Continuing on with the spa. On a cruise ship, the spa can be utilized as a full treatment center if you want to go for a full-blown massage, or you want to get, a facial, or you want to get a couples massage, a stone massage, Swedish massage, or you can utilize the spa on a daily pass access basis, which is what I love to do. You go to the spa on the cruise ship and you get to use the whirlpools and the steam room and the dry sauna and all the shower facilities, the full-size big showers, and they provide you with towels and the soaps and the conditioners and all that stuff. Fantastic. I love using that on a daily basis. You can also get a pedicure, manicure, or get your hair done for the ladies, facials, like I said. There's all those services available. On a resort, in a Miami resort, same thing. There'll be the spa. Of course, now by the pool, you'll have the hot tub or the whirlpool. But if you want to be in a steam room, a sauna, certain hotels will have it, some may not. They may have an extra charge for that, probably will. And they'll grant you access for, one visit for the day for so many dollars. You can always arrange a massage at the hotel to either have it done in your room or you'll go visit the masseuse at the resort. All depends on the resort that you're staying at, and that's an extra charge as well. Fuel surcharge. There's no fuel surcharge at a resort in Miami because it's not going anywhere. On a cruise ship, if oil prices go higher, much higher, say over $70, $80 a barrel, cruise ships will occasionally institute a fuel surcharge, might be $5 or $10 a day per person to help offset the increased cost of fuel. Haven't had that for a number of years lately, so we're not worried about that. Travel insurance, no difference. There's travel insurance, whether you're on a resort in Miami or whether you're on a cruise ship, you get ill, you need help, or if your flight's canceled and you can't make it on time and you have all those reservations, you've got travel insurance. You can always get that. It's an optional thing. Room service. Both have room service, a cruise ship and a five-star resort, of course. Five-star resort will charge you unbelievable prices for the food you're ordering through room service, which in effect includes the fee for the room service. But a number of five-star resorts are now charging an extra charge on top of the crazy food charge for the room service. And then, of course, the person bringing you the food is sort of hoping, kind of expecting a tip. On a cruise ship, the food is usually no extra charge. It's usually no charge for the food. But lately, I've heard the beginnings of a $5 to a $10 fee for a room service charge, especially if it's after 6 or 7 in the evening. If it's during the daytime, say 2 in the afternoon, and you want to order in a pot of tea and some biscuits and cookies or a piece of apple pie or whatever, they'll bring you that no charge. There's no charge for the food, for the tea, for the coffee. There's no extra charge unless it's a drink that is charged for, like a beer, wine, or alcoholic drink, obviously, or soda. But the room service fee, there usually isn't one during the daytime. Although I think this trend is for that to kind of kick in as well. And then a couple of bucks for the person bringing you the food is highly appreciated, and I would strongly recommend it as a thing to do. A couple of bucks, $2-3 US, man, they'll be happy with that. They'll be thrilled to get that. Unless you're in a suite, then maybe it's $5. Corkage fee. Corkage fee is something that you control. If you want to bring your high-end wine to a cruise ship or to a resort, you can do that. And you can bring your wine to a dining room on a cruise ship, and they will serve you by the glass wine from your wine bottle, but they'll charge you a corkage fee, $15-$30 depending on the cruise line. But you know what they'll do? They'll keep the wine for you in the wine storage room with your room number on it, and keep track of it for you. So if that bottle lasts you 2 or 3 days before you use it up, they will pour you a glass of wine from your specific bottle of wine from your specific room number until you use it up. So that's a service you had on a cruise ship. You can do that at certain resorts with certain restaurants, but generally speaking, it's not an incredibly common thing at a five-star resort. But hey, if you've got a $200 bottle of wine that would run you $700-800 to buy at a resort, and you can bring it with you for a corkage fee of $20, $30, $40, I'd do that. That'd be a pretty smart move. Private cabanas. Private cabanas at resorts are not uncommon. Private cabanas on cruise ships are starting to show now. There used to be just a pool deck on a cruise ship, and everybody just piled in there. But then the cruise lines figured out, there are certain clients we have who don't want kids around. They want that real peace and quiet. Why don't we build a secondary pool deck higher up at the front of the ship that's exclusive to higher-end guests only? You might be able to buy your way in for a half-day pass, $20 to $40 for half a day, and then you can rent a cabana on that deck by the hour or for a half day or for a whole day. They're beginning to do that, and of course they're also offering room service, cabana service, of course, for food and drink if you want, on cruise ships and at private resorts. So that's probably a standoff, okay? Anything else I wanted to talk to you about? Shows, dinner shows. Well, at five-star resorts, if there's entertainment, nightly entertainment in the showroom, that at one time used to be a very common thing going back to the 50s and 60s. Not so common anymore. High-end resorts at Miami Beach may not have their own showrooms anymore these days. They may have, they may just not be able to pay the price or get enough crowd to come in for that. On a cruise ship, you got 2,500 passengers up to 5,000 passengers. Yeah, you've got showrooms. You may have a showroom you may have a show at the pool deck. Say on Royal Caribbean's large ships, the Allure of the Seas, the Oasis of the Seas, Harmony of the Seas. They've got diving shows at the back of the ship where they'll have upwards of 500 to 800 people watching the show at a time. 2 shows a night. You got to make reservations to get a seat. That's how many people are on the ship and want to see it. Or you can go to the main showroom that'll hold say 1,000 to 1,500 people and watch a show every night. There's 2 shows a night every night for the entire cruise, and it could be anything from a Broadway show, Jersey Boys, Cats, to singers and acrobats and comics, and you name it. Can run the gamut. And usually those shows are included with your cruise. Although lately I've started to hear talk about reserving a quality seat. If you want to be in like the first 4 rows in the showroom, costs you extra, charge it to your room. I don't like that, but that's what I'm hearing. Last couple of things I'll mention. Babysitting, that's extra no matter how you do it. Laundry services, hey, if you need laundry service, you'll pay extra for that no matter which way you go. Parking, you don't pay to park when you're cruising, but if you park your car at the pier, you're going to pay a fee to park your car. If you're staying at a 5-star resort, you're likely paying to park your car, and you're paying for the valet to come and get your car whenever you need it. So that's just a couple of the different charges that both cruises and resorts have. The difference, of course, between the two, the resort in Miami Beach stays there all the time, doesn't move. The 5-star resort that you're on with regard to a cruise ship, 7 days, different view every hour when you're at sea. Every morning when you get up, you're at a new port, you got a new view, you have a new experience. For some folks, 1 week getaway in Miami is the way to go. Give me a 5-star resort on the beach and I'm a happy guy. Others, give me the 7-day cruise and I'll take my chances with the waves, and I will trade that in for the opportunity to have all these different venues that I'm going to see and different places I'm going to visit, and I don't have to drive. So one is unique one way, one is unique the other. Both have unique charges and interesting charges. One can be a bargain, one can be not a bargain. It depends on what it is you want, but there are times where a 7-day cruise can just come in so cheap on a per-person basis that you can't touch a candle the resort can't handle it. The resort is so much more expensive in Miami because of the in-house fees. But you know, to each his own. If you like to be at a 5-star resort on the beach, it's priceless. And if you like to be on a 5-star cruise ship, flying the seas, priceless. So to each his own. That's a couple of thoughts for you today. I hope you like this video. Give me a thumbs up if you do. If you hate this video, give me a thumbs up and cut me a break. I'm a small guy. If you like my channel, please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to grow my subscriber base. And by the way, I do live streams Monday to Friday, and on Saturday, Monday to Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Check me out. And if you have any questions on cruising, you can always drop a question on the comments below on this video, or come to my live stream and ask me live what information you'd like to know, and I'll try to answer it on the spot if I can. If I can't, I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching today. This is Bruce with Traveling with Bruce. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.